All right, students, in this part, my apologies. I recorded a video for you guys and it just didn't want to convert over so I can post it on YouTube. And then I tried to film it. See, here it is right here. I filmed the tutorial that didn't want to export to save to YouTube. So I thought I would film it on my phone, film the actual tutorial, and the quality's bad and it got stuck. So I'm going you expect this to be the next tutorial, but I'm going to pick up a few tips from this tutorial from based on the last one that you've seen. You can see that it's kind of the quality is really bad, so I'm going to keep that one on the side there. I did mention in the previous video that you had to move your sure that you have video 3, video 2, video 1 just like this, and I don't know where you have your splash screen, but it should be in either video 1 or video 2. Your graphics, your text should be on the top, whichever one. If you have 3 or 2, it should be above your main video. Your main video should be the actual, the only video on the bottom, and then underneath it is the music. In another tutorial, I show you how to add the music and the title. The title, I put it in here, but I'm going to show you how to add the text. All right, so I used what's called a basic text. You guys aren't going to use any of these, okay? Don't use any of these that have color in it. We're going to stay away from those or have double. We're going to stick with just the basic one. And the basic one is right in here for next semester or for our upcoming project. We'll get into more of these motion graphics as far as like our getting a little more fancier, but we're going to use what's called static, and we're going to use sample basic text. Okay, so double click on that one. I'm sorry, you drag it down here at the bottom. I'm going to move this one over because those are samples. See, I already have credits already done for you, so I'm going to show you how I did that. So I'm going to put it right over the actual, remember, if you go to your opening credits, the sheet that I gave you of the list, there's 11. There used to be 12, but there's 11 now. I want you to, you already added your splash screen, right? Took care of that. You have my Mustang media. If you don't have it, make sure you download it. It's up on the assignment sheet. And then this is where you're going to put your name now. You're going to start with number 3, insert your name, film. So let's go do that now. And you do it by clicking text, static, simple text. Okay, sample text, which is simple. And then you drag it down here. Okay. In the last video, I believe I showed you, you can put a dark background, right? A background, go to solids, use black, and put it down here to introduce your name. Okay, so now I'm going to double click it, and we're going to choose center. We're going to center it, and I'm just going to use a name. Oops, sorry. No caps. I don't know where it's coming on the caps. Sorry, it's a little delay on my keyboard when I'm typing. Yeah, it's very slow. I don't know why the delay. I'm not using a Bluetooth that's direct plugged into the computer. All right, so I'm going to center it. Now, to get it centered, you want to turn on where it says show grid up here. Click that, and then center it. You can see the boxes there, the red lines. That's your center point. Right in there. And then you can snap it so it'll snap in place. Like it'll just snap in place. So it's up to you where you want it centered. All right. I'm going to turn that off now that I have it centered. And now I'm going to make that smaller. And remember the size of your font. Okay, remember the size that you use right over here because you're going to keep it consistent at the end. Well, actually, I'm going to show you a trick. So this is going to be a Larry David film. So this is how you do it. A in one line, your name, and then film. Sorry, got to capitalize. Make sure you capitalize the first letter. Just like that. Now let me make sure it's centered. Now see, I went off a little bit. So I got to center it. Awesome. Okay, now I'm going to turn it off. All right, cool. So just like that. if you want to get more technical in the way they do it in Hollywood, do this again. Select the first letter, make that smaller. Okay. And then that same size, 82, Alt Control C, Alt or Control C on your Chromebook. And then copy that into the film. Select film, the word film, and then paste that. Or just put in 82 and then click on it. See? And your name should be big because you're the filmmaker. Your name should be in there big. All right, cool. Now let's click save. And then you could pick your font. Remember, don't pick anything fancy, just anything that's easily read, like any of these type of fonts. Okay. Maybe these, I'm not sure, but see, it's only changing that one because I only have it selected here. Okay, so if I'm gonna go Command Z or Alt Z on my keyboard. I'm gonna go back to where it doesn't do that on mine. So I'm gonna go back and select one font. By selecting all of them, I'm gonna select one font. There we go. And just click save. All right, so there it is. So I'm gonna click play. A Larry David film. All right, and that's gonna go there. And now I have the title came in. Okay, the title's here. And I showed this in a separate tutorial. I'll show you how to do a title and how to make it look fancy like that. Okay, that's the only part where you can actually get a little creative is with your title, but I want you to keep your text the same. All right, so you can see here I did the same for all of these, for the main star, the co-star, and then the supporting actors. Same thing. All you have to do is, instead of making a new one, just do this. Watch. I'm going to delete that one and delete this one just to show you. I'm going to go to my first one here. I'm going to Command C or Alt C. Okay. Comparing your keyboard, or Alt C. Anything that copies on your computer. And then I'm going to put the cursor right over here. And I'm going to Command V or Alt V to paste it. Okay. Now you see it says Larry David film. Now in that middle, instead of Larry David, I'm gonna take off Larry David. I'm gonna leave Larry David in there because that's the star is now, and I'm gonna grab a star's name. Now, if you go under the page, underneath the document that I left you guys, there's some fake names that you guys can use there, and these are actual names that Hollywood celebrities have used when they check into hotels, or you can do your own. Okay, so I'm gonna just do this one, Mark Sinclair, copy, and I'm going to paste it in there. I'm going to select it and paste it, or you can just type it in. See right there, click save. See, because it's already a template. I already used it here, so I'm just going to, why do a whole new one? I could just copy and paste it and put it in here and use the same one. See that? And then do the same thing for your co-star. I'm going to Alt or Control C. Okay, it doesn't show anything on the screen, but on the keyboard, it's doing the action. And then move it over. You can't do it here and then paste it because it's still reading it. You have to do it right here, outside of it. And then Command or Alt V. See how it does that? That means I have to move it over a little bit more. Oh, that's because it's trying to fit it in here. So I'm going to move this one over. And then go back. Now, see? Now, it wouldn't do it because this was in the way. That's why. So now I'm going to put my co-star in there. So I have my main star. Actually, it should have been a woman's name. So I'll put Martha. There. Click save. And then in here, do the same thing. Pick a name from here and then put it in here, which I already have one. So I'm going to click save. And then now is where your supporting cast comes in. Here. See? And this one, same thing, copy and paste it, and then you're going to edit it, and see this one has 3 names in one, and then justify to the left. Okay, and the font size is smaller. See, this one's 90 font, and then here, this font is 112. Okay, so the stars are always bigger fonts, and then the supporting stars come in smaller, so you can see that. There's my supporting cast. I'm going to delete that one. Wait, which one is this one? Let me just check. Oh, my casting. So I'm going to fit them all in. So I'm going to squeeze them down just a bit. This is how you squeeze them in. I would give your main stars 5 seconds at least, and then your co-stars, well, they can have just as much time. It's just that they're on a single line, and that's the way it is in Hollywood. They have their certain way of having their credits up. All right, so I'm gonna slide that one over so I can fit this one in there, and you can see I already did some in there. Just let it play. Music, costume design, edited. So let's see, how many do I have here for a 1 minute one? I have a film by a Larry David film, which is your name. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the credits, including the name, the title. Okay, so use at least these. You don't have to use them all, but use, try to use as many as you can, and then that's how you place them in. Okay, that's how you do your credits. So make sure. Oh, one more thing. Look at this. So I'm gonna double click here. Look at how I did look at music is smaller. Okay, who did the music for this soundtrack? Mike Stan did. Okay, Mike Stan. All right. Sorry about that. Had to go make sure that button was pressed. Okay, so Mike Stan. You can see this music. The category is 72 points. The font and the actual name of the person is 90 points. See, that's how it makes it smaller. And then the person who did the music, Mike Stan, his is bigger. And then you just, instead of redoing it again, just copy and paste it here. And that's what I did here. Look at costume design, 72 point. Will apparel, 90. So it's a little bigger. Even though costume design is 2 words, it still looks okay. And that's how you do it. That's how you do text. Add your credits, okay? So later in the next video, I'll show you how to add the title, because I just concentrate on that. And then the music. The music, I'll show you how to add that in another video. All right, if you have any questions, go back and review this video. And if you have further questions, go ahead and email me. All right, go Mustangs.